Hello, I'm going to show in this video what we did today during art. We are just learning how to create an animation on a certain website that's called animationish.com. So if you missed the meeting today, I think we had 3 or 4 people that were not there. Or if you just need a reminder, you can watch this video to see what to do. Next week, we're going to be making another animation, but we're going to be moving up a level, making it a little more advanced. So it is definitely helpful if you can get a chance to practice before next week. So on Schoology, above this video, I'll post the link for animationish.com. I'll also post what you're going to use as your username and password because it's going to be different than mine. It might be different depending on which class you're in. After you type in your username and password, you will click Login, and it will bring you to this screen. So there's different things to click on, but the 3 ways to make animation are the 3 colorful circles here. So we've got green, orange, and blue. For our first day that we did today we started with the green animation tool. This one is the easiest to start with, I think, because there's less choices, right? And it only has 3 frames. So click on the green circle when you first log in. That's going to bring you here where you're ready to make your animation. Now, what I said before was this one has 3 frames. Animation is made out of frames. A frame is talking about a still drawing or picture. So you're going to be drawing 3 pictures that change a little bit each time. And when we play them, all 3 back to back really quickly, it'll look like something is moving or changing. So for my example, I am doing a flower that's going to grow. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a small flower in my first frame, a medium flower in my second frame, and a large flower in my third frame. Now, the colors to choose from that you can draw with are over here, but they only have 8 at a time. There are more than 8 colors. To get to the other ones, you can double click on the colors and this picture will pop up. You can click anywhere on this person to get a color or on their wings. So I'm going to do a dark green color, this one, for the stem. Then I'll click OK. Now I can also change my brush size. So I don't want my stem super tiny. I want it a little bit thicker. So now I can draw my flower. Excuse me, I'll put leaves. I will switch colors by clicking a new color up here to draw the other part of my flower, the petals. Okay, I could be done. This is just a practice, but I do think the animations look like they're kind of at the next level if there are things colored in. So I'm going to stop and color in my flower now. One way to color in shapes is to use this fill bucket. So I'm going to click on the bucket. I'll click on the color I want, and then I'll click inside of a closed shape. Sometimes it takes a couple clicks. So I'm kind of moving my mouse around. There we go. If you have a very small shape, sometimes it doesn't really know where you're trying to click. So I'm going to try here. I'm going to try inside this circle. Ooh, and sometimes that happens. I can just click undo at the top here and try again. Oh, that's not where I wanted. Sometimes it just doesn't really know where you're trying to aim. If you keep trying and it's not coloring in, this is what I do instead. I click the paintbrush tool, I make the brush size bigger, and I just actually color it in. Okay, and I'll fill in my petals. Oh. The larger the shape, the easier it is to color in. Okay, I think I'm also going to add a sun shining in the sky up here. So I'm going to draw a little circle, and I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little lines coming out. Okay, here is my first frame. I think I'm done, but the nice thing about this website is I can always go back and add more if I change my mind and want more. For now, I'm going to be done though. So I'm going to click next, and that's going to bring me to my second frame, my second picture. Now, what's awesome about this website is it shows me a little bit of what I drew before. This is sometimes referred to as an onion layer or a ghost image. So I can see where my flower and my sun were. The reason why this is awesome is because if those were not there, I would have to just guess where my flower was. I want my flower to grow and get taller, but I don't want it to randomly switch spots on my paper. So since I can see where the flower is, I'm going to draw right on top of where it was and just make it a little bit taller. Maybe I'll make the leaves get a little bit bigger too. Another reason why this is nice to see this onion layer here is because some objects you might not want to move. So my sun in the sky, for example, I want that to stay in the same spot. So what I'm going to do is just trace it in the same place that it was before. And it's okay if it's not exactly traced because then it'll just look like it's shining. All right, now I'm ready to fill in my flower so it matches, so it matches the way I made it the first time. I'm using the fill bucket right now. Okay, so my first frame, my second frame, I'm ready for my third, so I'll click next again. And same thing, I'm going to try to match where my flower was, but I'll have it get a little bit bigger. Might go right off the paper, but that is okay. All right, I'll click my fill bucket. I will fill in my shapes. Sometimes takes a few clicks and some undos. Nah. Okay, I'm switching to this tool. Okay, I'm going to add my sun, and then my favorite part, I will get to watch what I have done so far, see if I want any changes. Okay, so I think I'm done. I'm going to click the play button down here to watch what I have so far. Oh, I love it. So you can see my flower is growing. This has it repeating over and over again. So it grows, gets smaller. And my sun is shining in the sky. Now I'm going to pause because I'm thinking it would look a little better if there was a background. Right now, it's just like a white blank space behind it. So I'm not going to add a full background just so you don't have to watch me do that, but I am going to add grass on the ground. Now, another thing that I love about this website is there is a tool up here called the Behind tool. Let me show you why this is going to be important. If I decided now that I wanted to add grass around my flower, I could draw grass, but it's going to be on top of my flower and that's not going to look right. So I'm going to click undo. If I click the Behind tool so that it turns dark, I can draw something, and when I lift up my pen or my mouse, it will move behind what was already there. I love this tool because sometimes I don't plan ahead and I think of something I want to add later, and instead of having to go all around the flower, I can just go right over it and it will go behind. So there's some grass on the ground. I'm going to go to my next frame and I'm going to try to put the grass about in the same spot. I still have the Behind tool clicked, so that moved behind, and I can fill in that space. Let's do it in the third frame too. And fill. Awesome. So now when I click play, I think it just adds a little bit, kind of takes it up a notch. I would do the sky too, but I'll do that later. The last thing we learned how to do today was how to save and how to upload to Schoology. So to save it, I'm going to come up here and there's a save button. It looks like a box with papers. I click save and I'm going to name my animation. I'm going to put flower growing. I'm going to put a 5 after it because I've already done. So when I click save, this is saving it to this website, not to my computer. So as long as I have access to this website, I can still get to it by clicking open and seeing all my files. But I also want to save it to my computer because I'm not always going to have access to this website. So since it's done, I'm going to click the share button up here. Looks like a green, like old school TV. So I'm going to click that. And then any of these will work. It says, how do you want to save your file? But the one that I like the best and that seems to work the best for most students is the GIF file right here. So GIF. So I'm going to click on that. And that downloaded it. I don't know if you can see down here. It downloaded it to my computer. So it's on my computer. Now the last step is to upload it to Schoology. So I'm going to go to Schoology. And I'm going to go to 5th grade course. This is also in the 4th grade course. And I'm going to click up here where it says animations. So I can click on that. You can see some that have already been uploaded from our practice today. And I'm going to click add media in the top right corner here, attach files. I'll need to find the file on my computer. Make sure you're in downloads over here. If you're in something else, it won't show up. So downloads, here it is. I'll click on it and I'll click open. it downloaded, I'll click add, and then you will see it. So here's my second one. And that's how you upload it to Schoology. So please practice this. Please try practice saving, uploading to Schoology, creating an animation so that next week when we take it up to the next level, you won't be too far behind.